Hey, how are
Hey,
you? Look, they
I'm
switched
good.
it again. Now,
Right.
how you doing
I'm
again?
good. I'm good. I'm good.
Hey, Shar said
Besides,
hey.
hey, Sharboo. Hey,
Y'all,
everybody.
I'm so excited. I'm Yoka with Girlfriends Unfiltered, if y'all don't know. And I'm so excited to talk with author Evelyn Latrice today. I'm gonna introduce her and then after I fix my camera, give me a minute. I gotta move it back some.
Thank you.
And we're gonna talk about her entire catalog, her writing experience, and just really get to know her because y'all know we already know all these characters. Um, Let me introduce her. Today we have an urban romance author. She is from Georgia. She captivates us with her amazing storytelling that allows us to experience every written word. She takes us literally to another planet. Her imagination is vivid and she produces unique storylines. She's written over 20 books. She started writing in 2008, and y'all, I'm excited to have today author Evelyn Latrice. Yay!
Hey.
Yay! So,
Yay.
um, if y'all want to type in questions, you can put them in where there's a circle with a question mark, and I will try to get to those before we're done. But other than that, I'm ready. You
I am. I'm so
ready?
ready.
Okay. So this is always the first question. If you know this is what Girlfriends Unfiltered, this is what I do. And the first question will always be, when did you fall in love with Black romance?
Oh, so I fell in love with Black romance when I was 16 or 17. I don't, it wasn't really called Black romance then. It was just like street literature. But it was actually Antoinette's Prada Plan. So like that was my first Black book experience,
Okay.
and I haven't looked back since.
Just took off right ahead.
Yeah, right.
So I have seen growth because I've been reading your books for a long,
Mhm.
well, all the way. I've read so many in your catalog. But I
Mhm.
just want to know, when did you start writing? Like, was it English classes? Was it a college course? Like, what made you just say, let me just give this a shot?
Well, I think I've always had like a knack with words or whatever growing up. So
Hmm.
I didn't always put it on paper, but I was the word girl or whatever. Like I could talk to anybody, I could present, and I always was like reading stories out loud. Like I was always raising my hand to do stuff like that. I don't think I actually started putting words to paper like seriously besides a college paper or an essay or something like that until I wrote my first book. Yeah, so I didn't go around writing stories for my friends or anything like that. Like I dabbled in trying to write poetry, but it was more so like songs because I
Okay.
thought I was gonna be a singer one
Okay.
time. So
So if you thought you was going to be a singer, does that mean you have that ability to like put out some notes?
basic singer, right? Like I'm not a Whitney Houston. I can hold a little tune,
Uh,
or whatever, but no.
okay. Well, listen, your words are like poetry. You
Oh,
write them
thank
like
you.
a love song. And so we're going to take that.
Right, right.
We're going to take that. So,
Right.
like you said, so no, the reason why I ask is because there's always someone out there who's interested in writing.
Mm-hmm.
And hearing like your beginnings and where you started is always like a good story for them to hear,
Mm-hmm.
I would
Mm-hmm.
say. And so I'm just going to try to say what you repeat what you said and correct me if I'm wrong. You just started writing. You just kind of picked up the pen and said, I'm going to do this. No formal training, nothing. You just picked it up and said, let's go. And
Right. Well, I did go to school for mass communications, and I had a
okay.
super strong focus in creative writing. However, I didn't graduate from school until after I started writing a book.
Okay.
So I think they kind of, I wanted to be a radio personality. But I think it kind of like just went hand in hand. But yeah, no.
Okay, I'm just saying because I was supposed to be like, wow, girl, you just was like born with some
Yeah.
gifts. But
No,
creative,
seriously, I did not write stories. Like when I hear other authors say, they carried a notebook and they would pass around with
uh,
their stories for their friends.
uh,
Yeah, no,
you're like, that wasn't me.
that wasn't
But
me.
so creative writing, okay,
Mhm.
where you learn the formation of how to write,
Mhm.
the foundation and the formation on how to write. You learn
Mhm.
the exploratory, you learn the all of the different types of writing. How much has that played a part? And again, this question is very specific because a lot of young people come through and they watch these interviews and just so they'll know, like, you it's okay if you do need to take a creative writing course. So what was the benefit from that and how has it impacted your writing?
Um, I pride myself on being honest. It didn't. It did not help me one bit. Like I
Wow.
had for the mass communication degree, I had to get electives, right? Like I needed to have a certain amount of electives and stuff like that.
Hmm.
At the time, I had already published my first book. So I was like, oh, well, let me just, take all these creative writing classes because I was already doing it. But I was even teaching my instructor things about creative writing and
Wow.
publishing. And yes, it was crazy. So it didn't teach me anything.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, whatever gift it is, it shows up in your work
Oh,
because
thank
the
you.
storytelling is fantastic. What would you say your writing style is? Like I know everyone, oh, she's urban fiction or she's black romance. Like I like to allow authors to define themselves. How would you define yourself?
Hmm. I would say just black romance. I feel like that is the umbrella to me in my mind because what
Mm,
did Beyonce say? Funny little thing about genres, right? Like I feel like for me, just saying black romance is like an umbrella to
right.
me. So that leaves room for urban fiction stories to be written by me or urban romance or contemporary romance. As long as the characters are black and I'm black, I feel like the just black romance. Like that's it. That's all.
Listen, black romance is such a beautiful space. Um, you tend to give us some complex love stories, right?
Mhm.
um, they're going to be kind of, I want to say drawn out, but they are
Mhm.
because you really get to
Mhm.
know the characters. How is that experience been really getting to know the characters that you write? Like you really delve deep into them. What has that been like for you?
That's the best part. That has
Hmm.
been the best part of creating these stories is sitting down and thinking, okay, who is Luna? What makes her cry? What makes her happy? Who is Javen? What is like if I could walk in Javen's shoes, what would my day-to-day life feel like? Like that's the best part is like piecing it together. And honestly, I don't always know 100% who they are when I start writing it, but
Uh-huh.
at least like I have the gist of who they are, and then as I continue, it comes more and more and more to me. But yeah, just like getting to know the characters, that's the best part of writing it. Because I have characters in my head and they don't have a story, but I feel like I know them so well
Right.
already because like that is the foundation of how I go into writing. Like, who are they and why? Like the who and the why.
Is there a time frame on that? How long does that person stay with you before you're able to actually put it to paper?
I don't know. I have some characters that have been with me for a long time and they have not seen paper. And then
Okay.
I have some characters who were only with me for like a split second and it was like, okay, open the computer and start writing. So
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It really just depends. But yeah, I have some 10-year-old characters in my head. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen. I'm always fascinated. So that's why in this interview, I'll be like, really? Because I'm always fascinated when I interview you guys because every author I've learned is so very different in
Mm-hmm.
how they process the characters and how they enter into their space. So
Yep.
I'm going to put this down for a minute and I want to start getting more into your last series
Okay.
because it was just, it was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so let me make sure I have them here. Let's talk about the eighth wonder. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna the first, and then I'm just gonna name the books, and then I'm gonna what I did. I got the I always talk to, well, not talk to, I review what people say about the books.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
because there
Mm-hmm.
were five of them, I just went to the finale because I figured, why not finish it off at the finale, which I still have, I'm going to have tons of questions on the finale. Okay. So we have book number one for everyone's watching. If this is new to you, get a pencil out because I'm about to drop them in order. Book number one is To the Moon. That's Javin and Luna's story. That's where we find out about Luna's twin. And I almost feel like it was like his energy and his spirit that kind of carried
Yeah.
the whole thing. And that's where you gave us that beautiful love note at the end. We'll get to
Mm-hmm.
that next. Book number two is Beyond the Stars. That's Quamar and Cecilia. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Asia.
See, oh, I was way wrong.
You and a lot of people. It's okay.
I'm going to tell you why. Because that's the way Alexa pronounces it. But anyway, that's yeah, I'm just saying. Okay, and that's where it's and Siaja's sister, stepsister, is Noodle.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we are introduced to Noodle.
Mm-hmm.
Book number three is Chasing Galaxies. That is Noodle and Boo's story.
Wait, that's not book number three.
Okay, give it
It
to me.
is, but it isn't. So there
Okay.
was a website exclusive called Woke Up on Mars, which was French and Solar's story that
Hmm.
kind of bridges in there. I don't think you have to read it, but you kind of should.
Okay, so I want to know what was so that was Woke Up on Mars.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
and maybe I missed that one.
No, it's a lot of people because if you don't like actively just know and you're not just like actively in my space, then some
Mhm.
people just, you know what I'm saying, they just don't know that
Yeah, because it's
there
not
was a.
advertised. Okay, so that's good to know. So you guys definitely write that one down because I've written that one down. Um, because yeah, well, something I
It
didn't know.
Yes, it was categorized on Amazon that way, even though the book isn't on Amazon and ebook. However, when I did my podium deal, I had to not make that book be the third book because they weren't doing the audiobook for that third book.
Okay.
So that's why it says Chasing Galaxies is the third book.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we gonna have to let people know. So when I talk about it, we all know that that's not. So I'm having them out of order. So then number four is Chasing Galaxies.
Yes.
That's Noodle and Boo, y'all.
Yes.
Okay. And then am I number five, right? And then
Yes.
is it gonna be Standing in the Sun?
Yes.
That's Little Lunar and Avi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that is I made me a little note, but I put it so small. Let me grab my glasses. Oh, I love that one.
Okay.
That is where
That's
the
your
cell.
favorite?
That's my favorite.
Okay. Okay.
That's where the cell phone was found.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes. I mean, yeah. I had to make sure I put a good note on that one. And then
Right.
I have then will be number six. Will be. Am I getting it right? Is it Falling into Gravity? Is that
Yes.
six? Okay.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right, so I only missed one.
Yes.
See y'all. This is the Eighth Wonder series, and it was done very well. And I just want you to know what some of the people have been saying about it because I'm ready to
Mhm.
get into these books.
Okay.
Um, this is on Falling into Gravity, the series finale.
No, don't do that. It's series finale, period.
Okay, here we go. This is the opportunity for you guys to give the author her flowers, to say nice things, and here we go. Um, Excellent storytelling. A 10 out of 10. So, gotta have glasses for this one. Um, I read this book and I'll be damned. An amazing book, a beautiful love story. Every time I think a series can't get any better, the most beautiful I've ever read. Awesome. I love Malik and Aku. Almost took me out. I can't believe this is the end. Loved it. Nice ending. What a beautiful ending to such a beautiful story. Woo! All I can say is this is the best series ever. Well done. The growth, the inner dialogue, the love, the family, and the emotions. That's what I got. That's what people are saying.
I love that because I don't read my reviews.
These are just some of the things
I
that
love
people
that.
have said about you. And let's just get into the eighth wonder. Um, what was the seed for this series? Well, so when I saw the first book, because I'm a sports fanatic, I saw the
Mhm.
first book and I saw football. So I'm like, great, I'm jumping in. I didn't know
Mhm.
series, I'm just going in. Um, was that book always going to be a part of a series when you started
No.
it?
No, I had no intentions. I had no knowledge that that series would be a series. It was just
Uh-huh.
supposed to be a one and done book. And I really tried to make it be a one and done book, but those little characters in my head, they were just like, okay, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. And I was like, you
Mhm.
know what? Might as well.
Listen, I have on, look, I'm just looking as I'm talking to you. I have like at the
Mhm.
top of my notes, we're going to talk about the love letter, but I'm going to try to do that closer to the end because that
Okay.
love letter was just wow. Um, so you wrote a story that did something very unique. You wrote the parents and then you wrote their
Mhm.
children.
Mhm.
How was that transition for you?
Horrible.
Oh,
It was it wasn't horrible like to do, but it's hard to explain because we time jumped, right? And that kind of made me nervous because
no.
I mean technically we're jumping up 10, 20 years, but technically we're just still in 2025, you guys. Like just
Right,
like
right.
just use your imagination and let's just let's let it be what it is.
Mhm.
Sorry, Luna and Javen them, they're a little older now, but
Uh-huh.
like so that was the only thing that I struggled with kind of because I didn't want people to be like what year is this or be such strong sticklers on the time, right? Because I get it. I do.
That
I
was
do.
me.
I think Falling into Gravity ended in like 2043 in the book world, right? And I know we think so futuristically that we're like 2043, where's the flying cars? Where's this? Where's that? It's like, you guys, we were maybe in 2026, okay? Maybe in 20.
That's
But
where
I
the
just
reader has to use their imagination.
imagination. Yes, yes. But it's like I just had to give a date to make it kind of like make sense as to how we went from Noodle being 10 to Noodle being 21. Or how we went from Quamar being 14 to Quamar being 20. Like I needed it to all make sense in a way, and that was the only way I knew how to do it. So
Mhm.
I didn't get any backlash for it. So I guess people use their imagination, and I love that. I love that
So,
for me.
so I had this conversation with several people,
Uh-huh.
and so I was like, I wonder if it would look different, like what you said, if there were just like, almost like a, let me get like a trigger warning, like
Uh-huh.
just like a note to the readers, like, okay, use your imagination,
Uh-huh.
like
I said I was
because
gonna
that's what
start
my
putting that
girlfriend was like. She was like,
in
"Well, you
all
gotta
my
use your
books.
imagination." Yeah.
Yeah, I said I was gonna start putting that in all my books because just use your imagination. Like I know,
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like the book space is a little bit weird now, where we do get so caught up in. Well, in the real world, it's like, but it's not the real world. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so there's so much going on in the world around us and has been really significantly going on. since what 2019, 2020, and then when TikTok kind of took off. Um, as a writer, when you're writing, how much does what's going on in the world impact your imagination?
It doesn't. Um, like I mean, if you think about it, I don't really mention too much of a TikTok this, or I don't really say like trendy sayings that we all know because it's funny and we're watching those videos. I don't really put that stuff in books because I want my books to feel like a different world. So yes, I may reference a social media site because that's just easier to do, right? But one day I'm gonna create my book. My characters gonna have their own site, so I'll just reference that or whatever. But like, it's just easier to do, and it kind of makes the story feel a little bit more relatable in the
Mhm.
sense of readers feeling like there's something in there that feels tangible. But I'm not putting anything political in there. I'm not putting the people wearing masks because it was COVID. Like one day, if I'm writing a story that would, call for that, but right now I no, I'm not.
You know, you're doing, and that's good because we transport ourselves into these stories. And I know as an
Yeah.
author, see, as an author, how I'm trying to think of a way to say this. It's the way we feel when we read those. Like to me, it's kind of like when I'm watching a TV show and I wait for the next one, and it's like you feel like you become part of it. And
Mhm.
and I think that's why your readers become so passionate because we
Mhm.
really these worlds are where we're choosing to transport ourselves out of
Yep.
reality too.
Mhm.
And that's the
Mhm.
beautiful thing. You did something a little different. You created Emerald City,
Mhm.
Crescent, but then you also used Los Angeles. Why did you choose to use a real world and a fictitious world?
Because for geographical purposes, right? I think I've used Los Angeles and I've used Miami. Like those are
Mhm.
two places where you can kind of know because I've even had readers be like, "Well, where's Emerald City?" And it's like, "Well, dang, it's in Georgia." In my mind, it's in Georgia, but I really can't call it Georgia. So that was just like
Girl, I thought it was in New York.
see, that was
Because
just
it
like
said
a
East Coast.
relatability, right? Like that was just like me trying to give the readers an idea of
Mhm.
where this is located on the map. Um, so yeah, there was no. Sometimes I know we like to make y'all think that we put like this detailed thought and effort into some stuff, and sometimes it's just like basically like I did that so y'all could know like Crescent was definitely West Coast. You could feel like I feel like I could have just alluded to it, but there was
Right.
gonna be a million and one people like, well, where is Crescent Park? And it's like, well, if I tell you it's by LA, then you kind of know it's now you have an idea.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you a little bit about research.
Okay.
And then my connection obviously is to LA because I'm a Cali
Mm-hmm.
girl. This is my city.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. What research? No, I'm gonna pull that back. I'm gonna save that one because I just want to talk a little about back to LA. You focus on gang culture,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is really, really important, and a lot I think for readers because you focused on it more like how a researcher would. Like
Mm-hmm.
you delved into like the family part of it, like
Mm-hmm.
why we do it,
Mm-hmm.
how we came together. And I'm from LA and I'm
Mm-hmm.
old. So I'm way back from the Bloods and the Crips, like
Mm-hmm.
back in the
Mm-hmm.
80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought you did a good job with that, but I just wanted to know like what was your research? What was your experience? Why did you choose to use that? Because I remember when that particular game began to transcend throughout the United States, where it originated here.
I think people think gang culture is one size fits all, right? So I had
Mhm.
this idea of I knew that Malik was going to be in a gang, right?
Okay.
But I had this idea that I wanted it to feel like this is so weird to say. I feel like the most authentic gang culture, sorry to anybody else on here, comes from LA. Okay.
Because that's where Bloods
Um,
and the Crips started. I mean,
Right,
that part
but
is true.
even if you take that out of it, like when I think of like I'm in Atlanta, so yeah, we got the people out here saying, but the truth is, it's completely different. If I pick those boys up from Atlanta and dropped them in LA and said, "Do what you was just doing," we know what was gonna happen because what you were doing was it. You were making up your own rules. So I felt like I wanted the gang culture to feel authentic, and that was the only place in my mind where it felt authentic. And I'm not from LA. I have been before, but I don't know. It just always felt super authentic to me when I listened to the music, when I watched the movies, or even if you Google like and want to deep dive gang culture, it will take you to LA every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. There are some
So,
parts in the books. I always say "cuh," and I laugh about it now because at my big age, and when I connect with friends, they still say C Day instead of
mhm,
birthday. I mean, they
mhm,
still do it after, and it's
mhm,
just like,
mhm.
and I'm like, and they change all of the. And when you
Yeah.
put that in there, I was like, I wonder if she has some roots here
No.
because I,
I mean,
yeah.
can I claim Kendrick Lamar and Nipsey Hussle? If I
I
can
mean,
claim them, then yeah.
you did a good job with it. How there's like, okay, cut, and then so you know me, I'm like, well, let me go look and see, because you know how, because
Right.
I was listening to it,
Mhm.
and so I was like, let me see how you're spelling it. So I went and looked because that's how she pronounces it, is cut. But I thought yeah, I really appreciated that part of the explanation of gang culture. I
Mhm.
know a lot of authors. I know Ray Lease did it in her work, and a lot of authors are doing it. And it's just for me, I'm really I think it's important to give grace to
Mhm.
communities, because it's not a bad thing when you have to find a family for survival purposes. That's what poverty survival is.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
um, I'm going to say thank you. That's my special thank you to you because I think you did a really good job on that.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you.
other research. Um, you chose to stay in the solar system. You know,
Mhm.
Venus, Mars, galaxies, the sun.
Mhm. Mhm.
Why
Mhm.
did you choose that?
Okay, so I said I did not know that the Eighth Wonder series was going to be a series. I just only had To the Moon, right?
Mhm.
But then when those characters just kept like talking and was like, okay, Evelyn, there's more, that there's still more story to be told from different perspectives of this family, right? I remembered. Okay, so because I had To the Moon, I knew that the next book was gonna be Beyond the Stars. That just goes together, okay? Like it's just it's a
Moon
saying. People say
stars.
To the Moon and Beyond the Stars, right?
Right.
And then but the title, The Eighth Wonder series, came from when Javen said Black children are the eighth wonders of the world.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, that's gonna be the name of the series. And then as I started writing more and more books, the titles would just like come to me.
Mhm.
And with like French and Solar, Woke Up on Mars was girls come from Venus and boys come from Mars. That's my mindset. And I was like, okay, I'm like, now it's time for French to fully bring Solar into what it is that he needs, what he wants. So like he's bringing her to Mars. Now he had been operating on her planet, doing things her way, which that was Venus. So now he's bringing her to Mars. And then with the Noodle, I just, I don't know, chasing the ing words for the last three books just stuck real hard. And I still wanted to keep, the solar system because Black children own it, and I'm writing about Black children. So we had the galaxies, we had the sun, and we ended it with the gravity. So when people be like, "Is it the last book?" I mean, gravity. Where? What else else do we have left? I mean, we do have
I don't
something
know,
left.
but
We do, but no.
I like, but no, but I mean, you opened the door, so I figured I'd just jump right in and say, I think Devin might need a story, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
No, I mean maybe like one day, but it definitely wouldn't be an Eighth Wonder story.
Right,
Like
right,
I love an interconnected world. Like that's
right.
my mindset is like that's what I want to create. So you can see characters that we may have met once upon a time and they never got an ending, or we want to see more with them because from Falling into Gravity, Zaire, the pro golfer, he's getting a story.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
So yeah,
okay. Look,
so
I'm like saying,
we'll
okay,
be
okay. Like
back in
really?
Crescent. Yeah, we'll be back over there in Crescent. But he's a black pro golfer and he's, taking the golf world by storm. So it's like
I see.
sometimes I will give more, from characters, but I don't think that they won't be in the Eighth Wonder series. We may have one book one day because there is somebody that's just here, like, yeah, 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 yeah. And it'll just be like a bonus Eighth Wonder series, but that ain't coming no time soon. So nobody don't ask me. The answer
Okay.
is no.
Well, can I just, since we just, you mentioned Zaire, so I'm gonna jump in. And I shouldn't say this, and I'm saying it with love because y'all know
Okay.
everything talking about for love. I just got a certain vibe off of Zaire. I'm
No,
just
I get
wondering.
that. No,
I
I
got
get
more of
that.
a bisexual vibe.
Really?
I
I
did.
mean, I get, you know what? I
Did
love when y'all
anybody
get
else
a
get that? Did anybody
I
else?
love
I
when
don't
y'all
know.
get a vibe, or I love when someone say, why Zaire? He didn't stick to me. And that's okay. But when I write this book, yeah, it'll be a different vibe.
He stuck
And
to
he
me.
gonna stick with you. So it's like it's okay. It's like I don't the next up character does not have to be somebody that I have pushed to the front from a previous
Right,
book. It's
right.
just something about them on paper that I may not have put on paper for the readers to know, but it's I get to know my characters and I'm like, okay, I want to do this. I hear you, and I want
Okay.
to do this. So,
Well, I can't wait
yeah.
because I swear this was like a plot twist conversation because I just knew you was Zaire wouldn't. I just knew you was gonna say Devin. But hey,
Really?
I
No.
didn't.
That's crazy because nobody has asked for them, and they've asked for Pharaoh before. And I'm like, what am I going to do with Pharaoh? He's in a wheelchair. What do we want from
Well,
him?
you know, look. Let me not start telling you about the story in my head.
No, don't. No, 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 no.
I ain't even gonna. Let me move on to the next question. Okay, so um, I know it's not appropriate to ask authors if they had a favorite character, so I'm not gonna ask you
No,
that.
that is appropriate.
It is
Yes.
okay. So we're gonna save that one because that was coming next. But what was your favorite book in this series and why?
Oh, oh my
Look,
God. I feel like my answer changes every day, right?
look, I know which one I want it to be, but
I, okay. I'm just gonna have to say Falling into Gravity, but I don't know if it's because it's the most recent book, but I had such a good time writing that story, guys. Yeah. I had a
it was
great time writing that
it
story.
was just beautiful. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I took it slow.
Mhm.
Because usually I'll just get a book and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna take this one slow. And I think that I was able to absorb it a lot better by reading it slowly. Like I stretched it, I want to say maybe 2 weeks,
Mhm. Oh,
which is rare for me.
right.
But it was only because I went on vacation and I had no choice. But
Mhm.
anyhow, so I really appreciated it was like a Netflix series.
Mm.
It was like you know how when you rushing home,
Mhm.
like I used to be a Scandal fanatic way years when it
Me
came out.
too.
And
Me
I would rush
too.
home. That's the way I felt. Like I
Thursday
couldn't wait.
nights.
I couldn't wait to like, okay, I can't wait to sit here and I just can't wait to read,
Mhm.
what's next. And it was really like it was like a Netflix series to me. And the
Mm.
closure was and maybe now that I think about it, usually on finales of all series, I think I just stretch them out. Maybe because I don't want to
Mhm.
let the characters
You
go.
don't want to let the characters go.
No, I think that's it. So how do you do that? How do you let these characters go? You've been with their parents when they were young. Now their grandparents, their children. How do you let a family like this go? Because this has
I
been hard.
don't.
Like it's been hard for me.
I don't. They get to live with me forever. So it's like where you guys are missing them, I can still see them. Like I can just write another scene if I just need a fix, or like I will never let the Eighth Wonder series family go. I will stop writing about them because I have, but as far as like for me and just characters that I love or stories that I created that I still like to go back and read, and not because I wrote them, but I just love them that much. Yeah, I have not let the Eighth Wonder series characters go.
I hear you say that you're finished, but what happens when that character just says no, you're not, and they just keep coming? How do you, as
Well,
an author, stop that?
um, I can because I am right now.
See, that seems
But
like that's difficult.
it is because I'm just like just telling them, I'm telling them, hold on, hold on, hold on. But then over here I'm telling myself, girl, you ain't doing it. So yeah, I just never say never, but don't look forward to it. Like that's my thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause I don't want to be in a box either. Like I want to be able to branch off and
Right.
create, and like I know how special that series is to me and the people who read it.
Hmm.
But like let's not box me in, because I
Right.
have other great Black love stories that I want to put out. And
Yes.
yeah, so
And you have, because
if
there
I
was,
don't put the Eighth Wonder on there, it's not the Eighth Wonder series. So don't go into it with those, legacy style expectations.
well, I am super excited, even for the stories to come and all that there is to come. Like I'm really excited for it because at least me, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I can't think of the name of the book. It was before the two books that you did before the Eighth
Long
Wonder.
nights and early mornings.
There you go.
Mhm. Mhm.
And just the growth from there to here, it's
Mhm.
been beautiful. It's
Mhm.
just,
Thank
I
you.
mean, it's just been beautiful experiencing it. I don't
Mhm.
know what changed, whether you, let's just talk about your editor and your editing experience and your
Mhm.
publish, you're an indie publisher. How has that been for you? And how has that, editing, because your books are done well. So how has the experiences been for you?
Well, thank you. The experiences have been good. I can't. I if even if they were bad, I wouldn't say that they were bad.
No, you wouldn't.
But no, they've been good. As far as like my writing style goes, I think what changed, it wasn't even just my writing style change. I think I was able to say, you know what? Because I pride myself on, I don't really care what's trendy, right? But no one's going into the studio and making ballads anymore, right? So it's
Mhm.
like
That's
if an
true.
artist, new artist, or an up and coming artist puts out a ballad, it could be good, but the masses aren't really gonna listen to it. So it's like those artists will get caught up into still putting out music that they like, but keeping what's on trend in mind, right? So I think before I wrote a shooter song, actually I was kind of in that headspace where I was like, I'm always gonna write what I want to write, but I might put this kind of title on it because I know that it's trendy. But then I wrote a shooter song and I was like, you know what, I'm not doing it no more. um I'm just like, I feel like I was 80% doing what I wanted to do prior,
Mhm.
and now I'm 100% doing what I want to
Yes,
do, and it's
I
like,
love that.
and I feel so much better about it because it's 100% me. Like I don't have that inkling of second guessing, like, or looking at the charts. Like I say, I'm not reading my reviews anymore. I used to read reviews prior. I don't follow the charts. I'm not looking at the charts. Like, yes, I know what's trendy. You know what I'm like? I'm not under a rock. Yes, I know who's at the top of the charts because it's all over social media. But like, I'm not focusing on that anymore.
Okay.
And I feel like I kind of found my purpose, my pocket of where I think I fit into the writing space. And when
Right.
you find that, your confidence just skyrockets, and then you your writing gets better. Your ability to scout editors gets better. Your ability to pick out covers gets better because your confidence. Like if you have the confidence in anything, it always gets better because you no longer hold yourself back from your full potential anymore.
um, what do you do to boost your imagination? So I went to a book panel at the LA Times Book Fest, and I sat in with a lot of authors from all different genres, all different races, and all of them gave a like kind of like it's what they do to help boost their imagination.
Hmm.
Is there anything particular that you do? I think I heard somebody say like they go sit at the mall. One person said that they go hiking and they listen to the nature, and like, is there any particular thing that you do?
Music.
Okay.
Music. I can hear a song, a chorus, a hook, and a whole story just pops into my head. Um, I'm such a homebody 99% of the time, but when I do go out, I do people watch and I do just make a full on life scenarios about these people who just walked into the store.
Yes.
So I think those two things kind of keep my inspiration up and keep my imagination going. But I also like to read. I know authors don't like to admit that out loud, but I do like to read.
See, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I always say, I wish I had the ability to write a book. Let me tell you, because I like do basketball games.
Hmm.
And when I'm sitting in the stadium, I'm just like, I look around, I have a story, and that whole story is like playing in my head. And I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, I wish I had the ability to just put that on paper. So
You
I'm like,
probably do.
eh, mm-mm. Look, yeah, some things I just know where I stay in my lane and I'm comfortable with
You know your
it.
ministry. You
I
know
know
your
exactly
ministry.
where it's at. And not
Yeah.
even that, like, I would have to stop reading y'all's books, and I don't want to do that. Like, sometimes I
I
would
don't
cancel.
think so. I don't think so. Now,
Sis,
do
I
you
would cancel a
slow
doctor's
down?
appointment if a book is that good. I'll call a doctor. Can I
Yeah,
change my
I was just
appointment to
about to
tomorrow?
say, when you start, like, if you start writing, when you start to, like, really be like, okay, I really want to do this, you do slow down with reading. That's the one
Mhm.
thing I do miss. I remember I probably was reading 25 books a week or something, and now I don't even read 25 books in a year.
Wow, that's because you're giving us such great work.
No,
Um,
I want to read 25 books. I don't know why. It's just like my brain is like, girl, you got some characters up here. Put them characters down.
we'll see. We'll see. What is the most difficult topic you've experienced writing within? I would just say overall, because I want to say the Eighth Wonder, but what has been your most difficult topic that you faced in writing?
um, I don't think I have one.
Okay.
I don't think I've touched on a topic that I'm not comfortable with writing.
Mhm.
Um, because then I wouldn't have written it. I don't think. Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't.
What
Mm-mm.
about something that's been one of the more challenging part things that you've just had to research, and what does that research look like?
Hmm. I don't know if I have a challenging research or anything like that. I will say my most challenging book to write was Standing in the Sun. But there was nothing from that book that I could research to kind of flesh that out anymore. So it was just a challenge for me. That was it. Like, but I haven't dived into a topic that felt like it was just too much. Not yet.
Why
I
was
hope I
standing?
do. I want a challenge.
Why was Standing in the Sun the most challenging in that Eighth Wonder
I
series?
don't know. I struggled.
Really? That book was
And
fantastic.
that's what's so funny is people be like, that's my favorite book. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was,
Shar said you really had to tap into Big Lunar spirit with that book.
yeah, I think it was that. and I had to put my own feelings to the side, right? Because
Mhm.
I was like, why is this boy so sad about this man he ain't never met? And it was like, okay, Evelyn, just because you wouldn't be sad doesn't mean that he can't be sad about it. And I think that that's what made it hard for me, because I was just like, girl, you are being so dramatic. That boy ain't this sad.
Girl, yes, he was, but man, that story was beautiful. I think I was texting. I didn't think I did text. Sure, I was just like, this book, like she killed it.
Yeah, thank you,
Like,
thank
she
you.
did
That's so
such a
funny.
good job. And then again, I like books that can go back into time, like and grab like I don't know. I'm
Like
like
a
I'm like stuck
moment.
in the '90s and stuff like that.
No,
So if
me too.
you mention it, I'm like I'm on top of it. Like let's go. You go to '80s, I'm all the way there. Like
Right.
those was my best years. Like and so, but I appreciated it. And then the whole concept of the cell phone and the her trying. I don't want to tell the story, but y'all, it was done well. It was beautiful and yeah, and it's interesting because I would have thought the finale would have been a little challenging because of the closure they had to come together.
No, that one was so easy.
Mhm.
That was my easiest book to write
Really?
to date. Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I probably was ready for it to be over.
That's what I'm thinking.
I was like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was just ready for it to be over. But I don't know. You know what it is? It's because I love a coup. But I only love a coup because I love her daddy. If French was a real man, I would divorce my husband and go.
I'm gonna have to give me a shirt if French was a real man.
Yeah, like I think that's why I probably like I don't know. Yeah, I but standing in the sun, too hard. It was too hard.
Man, it was done. So I guess my why not ask? Like, did you have a favorite? You said I can ask you, so I saved it.
A
Did you have
favorite
a
character?
favorite character in this
French.
series? Well, there you go.
French is my absolute favorite character. I love that man.
And see,
I didn't
I
I
didn't.
didn't cry writing anything in this book unless it was French, a French scene. See, you didn't read Woke Up on
Yeah,
Mars. You need to read that
I
one.
didn't do Woke Up on
Yeah,
Mars.
yeah, you need to read that one. It's not a long book, but it's a nice little in between or whatever. But yeah, I love that man real bad.
Okay. Well, we all have our look. Okay, we all have our favorite. So you did something I thought was really cool because I know we're coming to the end.
Hmm.
Let me see. We have a couple questions, so let me see what these questions say, y'all, before I talk about this love letter you wrote. Oh, this is from where we read Smut. New to Evelyn. Thank you so much for sharing her. Um, what is the best book to start with?
That I've written. Um, of course, I want to say To the Moon, but that's the businesswoman in me. Okay, let me take my businesswoman hat off and say I would say start with the Shooter song.
Yeah, that
Hmm.
book. I think it was the first time I might have sent you something. I don't even remember. I think I might have DM'd you if I can remember. But it was so long ago now. But I
Right.
was just like, I actually remember where I was when I was reading that book. Anyhow, um, and then Charlie says, oh no, no chapters with chance. I think that's right. That says it says, Evelyn, when are you going to let me be on your street team?
Oh my God! Tell Chance, don't come over here with that.
So that's what she had to say.
Don't come over here with that, Chance.
So I finished the book, and I just was driving in my car, so I couldn't turn the little button off at the end of the book. Prologue, book ends, and then here you come with this love letter that had me crying in the car.
Hmm.
Sis, that was beautiful. What made you do that? And it was a love letter from Lunar. Like what?
It felt like it was a love letter from him to me.
Uh huh.
when the idea came to me. I had that letter written and the book wasn't even done yet.
Wow.
Yeah, like I don't know, something about this series. Um, it not only like just like changed my life. I always tell people it changed my life, but not even just like the financial aspect of it, but like it settled something so deep in my soul that I didn't even know I needed to settle
Mm,
until I got to the end of that series. And I was like, wait, what? Like, wow. I
mm,
felt so free. I felt so purpose driven after that. And I like, if I was already a confident girl prior to that, I'm extra confident now. That series gave me, and not even just like, I'm not talking about confidence in my pen. I'm talking about confidence in my skin. That series gave
mm.
me
Wow.
something. It was just, it made me feel special to be black.
Yeah. It was beautiful. And again, like I have my special ones, but I actually in my brain on the finale book, I was like, I actually liked that there was no closure with him making peace with the gangs.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, I feel like that wouldn't have been real.
Mm-mm.
And so I was like, I just and really I was just like that was because I think that some authors would have felt the need to give that closure. Like
When
when
the
they
only
said
answer is remove yourself from that environment, because you can't remove that environment from where it is. Like the environment is the environment.
speak up. Yes. And I was like, that was the only thing he did was he moved him over. That was it. It was left behind. It
Cause that's
wasn't
people's
anything to
real stories. Like that's the only way that they get to leave is to leave.
yeah. It just and then, and then I guess for me, I was thinking in all things, in
Mhm.
relationships, in all things. Sometimes there is the only closure is to just leave.
Mhm.
And so I thought you did a very, very, very good job with that. But
Thank
that I
you.
was like, well, how's she gonna write that letter? And I'm just driving. I'm just like, okay, what is going on here? Did she just do that?
Right.
That was I thought
I
that
love
was
some tears. If you
well,
ain't crying, you ain't trying.
like, but you didn't even have to try. It was just gonna happen. It just was gonna happen. Since you did, let me see. Did another question pop up? Let me see. Did I miss one? No. Okay, I got them. I just want to say that you appreciate it, and I know maybe sometimes you don't hear that, but just appreciate it for the love and how you love this community
It
that
does, Shar. This is my special edition shirt. Nobody has this shirt. Okay.
love like lunar. Is that what that says?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
embroidered. That's the only thing.
It's how much you love this community shows up in your work, and it's appreciated. And I know I like art, and I study Picasso and Van Gogh and all of those. And so when I look at you guys' work, that's the way I see it. I
Mhm.
see it as something that is what you crafted, and
Mhm.
so I'm sure it never feels good if someone doesn't like this or someone doesn't like that. But just know, every book is not for everybody. Every book is for
Yes.
somebody. And your books are impactful. They're
Thank you.
making a difference.
Thank
And
you.
keep doing what you're doing because it's smack on it. Where can people get your books?
Mhm.
And are there any events that you're going to be at that you want to talk about? I'm asking this before the last question because the last
Okay.
question's still coming.
So you can of course get my ebooks off of Amazon unless it's Woke Up on Mars. That book is on my website. It's only $2, you guys. Just go on my website and you can get the exclusive ebook. That's the only way you can get that ebook. And my website is evelynlatrice.com. That is where you can also get paperback books, hardcover books. I typically keep a stock of something over there,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know what I have right now. I need to not have nothing because I have events coming up. But I'll be at Southern Hearts in South Carolina and I think that's October 11th.
Mhm.
And I'll be at Books on the Ground in Houston on October, I think that's the 17th or the 18th. Whichever Fridays those are on, that's the day that I'll be there,
Okay.
those Fridays and Saturdays, because I think both of those have events on those. I have a bunch of events for next year, but don't don't look forward to those just yet, y'all. Just don't look forward to those just yet because I might be changing my mind.
Chapters with Chance. Can we get physical copies of Gavin's, aka three, the third book? It says three
Oh,
book, aka three
oh, the
book.
third book.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, physical copies. Even if you didn't pre-order, you can get those at those events. You cannot get them in hardcover. Those are pre-order only. They will only be in paperback. And I'm only gonna have the special edition copies at the events in physical form because
Okay.
you can buy the regular editions off my website. You cannot get the special editions off my website. And you will not be able to get the special editions off my website unless you are a Patreon member after event season. So,
Love
oh,
Rika.
Georgia on my mind. Chance, move around. Leave me alone. I'm just playing. I think I am gonna have Georgia on my mind. But don't quote me. Don't quote me, Chance. Oh, Chance stresses
Love
me out so bad.
Love Rika wants to know about book boxes.
No book boxes. We're done. Um,
Girl, those was beautiful and they were very popular.
There will be no more Eighth Wonder series book boxes, you guys. We are done. Finito. Is that
Mm,
is that the right
okay,
word?
y'all. Yep, that's it. That's it, Benito. That's it right there. That's it. Well, I want to again just say thank you for your time and your talent. Your words are very powerful, and continue to trust the power of your words because your power, your
Thank
words
you.
are changing people's lives. I'm gonna give you the final close out. I slowed down a little bit on my interviews because lives.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be coming back. So you guys, I'm gonna be letting you know who's coming next, probably within this week. I have a lot of them to get onto my calendar. Um, and so I'll let you know. And other than that, there are some book events. There, like she said, Evelyn Latrice is gonna be in Houston um at Books on the Ground. She's gonna be at Southern Hearts in South Carolina. And then there's a lot of other book events coming up if you guys just want to get out into those streets. I know, and then a lot of them are free. So there's the I know the
Mm-hmm.
Chicago Expo. Well, no. We're in September. I think it's in the 27th, whatever the end of
Yeah,
this
I think
month
it's at the
is.
end of this month.
It's at the end of this month. But whatever y'all can do to get out and support these authors, that's great. For Girlfriends Unfiltered, I do this because I love this community. I love this community down. Don't nobody pay me. Don't nobody give me nothing. I truly do it from my heart. All I ask is for you guys to follow me and share with other people and come and watch. Come and watch the interviews or just tell somebody about them. I don't ask for much. Um, Also, if y'all can go over to I'm working on building my platform on YouTube. This interview will be posted on YouTube as well. I will post it here. So just share if people want to go back and watch it. You guys are able to watch it. I like to post it. I think that's all I have to say, except I always like to say out to all of the content creators, y'all are loved. What y'all doing for this community is very
Mm-hmm.
impactful. We are the 7 o'clock news. We are the 5 o'clock news. We are the billboards. And so
Mm-hmm.
trust your voice and your power as well to promote love in books. Um, that's all I got.
I don't have anything except for love you too, Shar. I love Shar so much.
That's all I got. And again, thank you. And until
Love
we meet
y'all.
again, sis.
Until we meet
Until
again.
we meet again. Bye everybody. Thank you guys
Bye.
for watching. Bye bye.